Let's start. Cato's back. He's one of the most compelling characters that we get to watch, and I honestly cannot get enough. Cato and Noah this episode finally face off, and they are like East Coast, West Coast, and Cato is over here looking like Suge Knight's great-great-grandfather, and I'm here for it.
Hey, Cato is bad and Boujee. Hey!
Cato has goons. He's bad and bougie. His side parts cut with Valerian steel. He's wearing less and going out more. He's got a new girl. He is living life. He made a life for himself in Europe, where he meets Devi, and I absolutely love this character. I love how they pulled in the British occupation of India. It's just so great that the show gets to recognize all these different elements of oppression. Like, let's talk about Cato and Noah and why they hate each other so much. My theory is that both of these men see different parts. They see themselves reflected in the other, and they hate each other for it. Like, Noah sees in himself how ruthless and reckless he has been to get to freedom, and how ruthless and reckless he's willing to be in the future. We see that when, after Cato has chewed him up and spat him out, in his conversation at the end, he said, "My greatest fear is knowing exactly what I do for my freedom," to the depths that he would go to. But for Cato, he's always been upfront about that. He's not going to, he threw a man off a boat. He was ready to ditch Rosalie back there. So that's just who he is. Cato might lose sleep about it, but he's not gonna show you that he lost sleep about it. And we saw that in that scene when he leaves Debbie, you know, I don't know, he was absolutely horrible to her. Oh my God, he was absolutely horrible to her. But when she's lashing out, she's like fully emotional, and he's just a stone cold wall again. Cato also sees that Noah is as reckless as he has been, and is as selfish as Cato at times, and still gets to wear the mantle of a hero. That probably bothers Cato a lot. That's just my theory. Cato is so hell-bent on getting his revenge on Noah and pointing out to Noah that they are just the same and just as selfish, that he has that horrible standoff when he says, "Free these 7 people by submitting yourself to slavery willingly. Everybody walks away and you get to be the hero. If you said you wanted to redo everything and save Henry, now's your chance." That was honestly so horrible, because you think about the people, you know, Cato actually sends them to freedom, but how horrible is that situation for them? They don't know yet. Cato, come on, we were rooting for you, dog. Noah finally loses it on Cato. We finally get to see them like throw bows. The way that people get hit on this show is just something else, like headshot. Oh my God. Underground, why are you letting these people hit each other like this? Watching these people get hit like this every week on Underground makes me get sore. I'm like, my head hurts just from looking at Noah get hit like that. My goodness. But that brings us to Elizabeth. So Elizabeth is dealing with her anger again. She sees Rosalie and just is wondering, how can people be so brutal to a pregnant woman? Georgia and her sewing circle in the Underground Railroad are a little bit at odds with these John Brown faction of people who are raiding plantations and killing people. John Brown was much of the mentality that slavery is absolutely wrong and we must end it now. But ultimately he was put to death for this. I'll link his final speech below. Again, there are so many actual historical figures who are in here, including Patty Cannon, who, oh my God, like some of these stories will give you the absolute chills. We see Elizabeth kind of towing the line now that in the loss of John. We see that anger rear its head again with that ringing noise. Elizabeth takes George's speech and says it to the crowd and takes a few creative liberties with it. She tells the crowd, "Those who make peace impossible make violence inevitable." She gets hit in the face with a rock. Again, Underground. Like, I'm getting bruises. I'm getting bruised now, okay? Underground has no chill. If you're on this show, you're getting hit, okay? That's in the contract. I hope you have good insurance. We see the ringing again. She sees she's bleeding, and then she looks out, and then she's ready to throw a bottle, and Georgia whisks her away, and that's what we see of that. Elizabeth is in the middle. She's at a crossroads with which direction she wants to choose. I think she's tending towards, you know, bottle breaking over people's heads like Cato. But it's a question. Do you stay with the sewing circle, or do you burn things down? Maybe you need to be a Georgia. Maybe you need to be a Cato. Maybe you need to be a Noah. Or maybe you can be a mixture of both. Maybe we need all of these elements to truly get liberation. And I'm guessing we're gonna see. I'm guessing we're gonna find out really soon. Cato was peak Cato, and he has directed his wrath on the United States of America. And I am so scared for anybody who's in his way. So I will see you guys next week. I cannot wait to find out what's going on with everybody else. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys.